long before money, before coins, before bills. There were just people helping people. If you found food, you shared it. No trade, no talk about what was fair. An old saying kept it simple. Take what you need, give what you have. Even a child never went hungry, as long as someone else had food to share. A big hunt meant a big meal, for everyone, not just the hunter. Skills were gifts too. A woven mat helped the whole group sleep warmer. Knowledge was valuable. Knowing which berries were safe could save your life. A good story was enough to earn a place by the fire. The catch of the day went into one pile. Everyone shared it. This was the first economy, survival through sharing. Eventually, people started trading my fish for your pot. Bartering was simple. Both people only had to agree it was fair. Baskets for a goat. Sounds fair. Firewood for a sharpened tool. A trade that helped an entire family. Dried fish for rope. Every village had something special to offer. But problems started to appear. What if your wool was worth more than my grain? The biggest problem. What if I did not want what you were offering? This became known as the double coincidence of wants. A simple idea, but a difficult problem. Some trades traveled across deserts and over mountains. Salt became extremely valuable because it kept food from spoiling. Spices only grew in certain places, so people traveled great distances to get them. Villages created customs. To stop barter day from turning into arguments, rivers became highways, moving goods much faster than walking. But as goods increased, so did disagreements. Barter worked, but people were about to discover something even better. In some villages, giving away food earned you respect. The biggest feasts were never about showing wealth. They were about showing generosity. Wedding gifts were not payments. They created bonds between families. A healer helped people freely, trusting the kindness would return one day. The village granary ran on trust. Take what you need, give when you can. Gifts between villages helped keep the peace. Even children understood this. Some things never change. During harvest, nobody owned the food pile. It belonged to everyone. A blanket given today could be repaid with grain next season. No hurry, no record book. Offerings were not about getting something back. They were about giving freely. A good reputation became its own kind of wealth. The more you gave, the more people trusted you. A storyteller could earn supper and a warm place to sleep. The whole catch was gathered together, then shared with those who needed it most. And if someone could not give anything back, the village still helped them because that was how the community survived. Trust became the greatest wealth of all, something money could never truly replace. Neighbors planted each other's fields turn by turn. One family's barn built by everyone's hands. A well built together belonged to no one and everyone at once. Tailoring for carpentry skill traded for skill. A teacher taught in exchange for firewood and a good meal. Build a boat together and everyone gets a turn to use it. Healing today, help tomorrow. Repaid in memory, not in coin. Skilled workers formed circles of trust, the earliest guilds. Chores got divided by household, rotating week to week. Roads got built the same way, everybody pitched in their labor. Keeping watch at night was a duty paid in shared meals, not money. Help in the workshop today, walk away with a new tool tomorrow. A song and a dance could earn you a bed for the night. Childcare rotated between mothers. Time banking before it had a name. You didn't need coins, you needed community and a good memory. On the coast, shells became something everyone agreed had value. Cattle became a way to measure wealth. How many cows is that worth? Workers were sometimes paid in salt. That's actually where the word salary comes from. Grain became a standard too. A bushel here, a bushel there. In some places, cacao beans literally grew on the money tree. Rare feathers traded like tiny tokens of value. Copper and bronze beads started standing in for goods, early proto-coins. Goods started getting weighed, not just eyeball. Fairness got more precise. How many chickens equal one cow? Turns out that's a surprisingly hard question. Crossing a bridge now costs you a toll, paid in goods. Shells, salt, and cattle all used at once. No wonder people got confused. Precious stones and metals started standing out from the rest. Shells got drilled and strung into matching units. Money was starting to take shape. People needed somewhere safe to keep their valuables. Enter the very first vault. One thing everyone agreed had value. That was the first real step toward money. Bigger harvests meant more than anyone needed in a day. So people started saving. Someone had to remember who owed what. Enter the very first record keepers. Marks on a wall tracking favors owed. The first system of credit. Extra grain meant new trade partners in neighboring villages. Bigger projects, bigger harvests, cooperation was starting to scale up. Temples became the very first banks storing grain for the whole community. Every so often, small debts got wiped clean at a festival, a fresh start for everyone. Breeding livestock for trade meant wealth could grow beyond daily needs. Simple counting tokens helped keep track of who traded what. When trades went wrong, the village settled it together. Fairness needed rules. Merchants carried surplus grain far and wide, trading it for the exotic and rare. A portion of the harvest went to keep the roads and bridges running, the first taxes. As villages grew, so did specialists. Ira the smith didn't farm anymore. He only made tools. But surplus brought something new too. For the first time, some had more than others. Surplus changed everything. Now people needed ways to track, save, and trust each other over time. Rows and rows of goods, dozens of traders, the very first true marketplace. Standardized metal tokens made trading easier than weighing grain or arguing over goats. The first stamped pieces of metal, a hint of coins to come. Every village had its own tokens, which meant trade still needed one common standard. So the elders debated, what if everyone used the same kind of token? And just like that, Bo made his very first purchase with a token, not a trade. Villages gathered, trading with shared tokens faster and fairer than ever before. Precious metal tokens got smaller, rounder, more portable coins were taking shape. The marketplace flourished. Trade had never been this fast or this fair. And just like that, the first coins were born. A symbol everyone agreed had value. From bartered goods to tapping a phone, the idea is still the same. Value we all agree on. Shells, tokens, coins, every version of money humanity ever tried, all in one place. Every friend Bo ever traded with, worked with, or shared a meal with. Together again, old sex words still echoed all these years later. Give what you have, take what you need. Money made trade easier, but people were always the real currency.